Yeah, obviously it was great to get on the road conference. First conference game, get a road win. Really proud of these guys. And I think the question was, what's going to happen Monday? And you guys remember we came in here Monday of last week, and it was a tough day to be in here. And I think every one of us had to look ourselves in the mirror and say, what are we going to do to get better? Individually and as a team. I think it started with practice Monday, and I think we had a great week of practice. And then, as we always say, you got to be better on the road. Had a great start. Big takeaway from Swoops to start it. Get a touchdown early, and from there it just rolled. And it's kind of one of those things when you look up and you got a big lead over a quality opponent at halftime. You kind of don't know what to do. But really proud of our guys. They stayed focused throughout. Just really a great team win. Well, now we'll go on the road again. Counting last year, I guess, what is this, about 6 straight. So, I think our guys understand what it takes. I would say, and I said this morning, after a good, bad, ugly film, this will be one of the best teams we see all year. Irrelevant to the score from Ole Miss, which is probably one of the best teams in the country. You got Oklahoma. They had the huge win here in Birmingham at home. Coach Fritz does a terrific job. They're sound all across the board. They're physical. They're very diverse offensively. They, obviously been scoring a lot of points against some really good folks. And then defensively play really hard, physical, really good in the special teams, which is one of the things I always look at. So, and I mean it when I say it, this will be one of the best teams we see all year. So, questions?
All right, speaking of the Ole Miss game, Lane was in the conference for a few years. Have y'all reached out to him, kind of see what they were able to find success against Tulane on Saturday?
We really had. I think they, like everybody, they have their things and we have ours. And, if there's a fit, sometimes you do that. And, I'm sure Tulane talks to some of our, maybe the assistants do, but, not him specifically. But, obviously their offense is a little bit different what we do. You're always looking for anything you can find, just like, I'm sure Tulane is with us as well.
Coach, Tulane's pretty familiar with the city of Birmingham.
Yep.
Unusual and sad circumstances for the reason why, but have you kind of talked with Coach while they were in? What was kind of your school's interaction with Tulane as they were here for a few weeks because of the storm?
Yeah, once it happened, they had decided to locate here, so it was whatever we can do to help out. And I think obviously where they would find a place to work out. Legion Field was great to them, treated them great, and some good Birmingham hospitality. We didn't really know what was going to happen as far as their home game. I know that's a big deal for them to get back home, so they're going to be cranked up, to play us on Saturday night. So that means we're going to have to be that much more ready. But really proud of our folks for being hospitable, like we knew they would be, and taking care of those folks and giving them a place to practice and stay. So I'm sure they're appreciative of that.
We talked in post-game about the hot hand between Dylan and Tyler. Is that just going to be how y'all continue to operate this during practice, just to kind of see who does the best throughout practice each week going forward?
Yeah, and there's no doubt we got to look at the game. You got to go off what happens in games and practices, and so that's why we're playing 2 guys that we can adjust if we need to adjust, and one guy's got the hot hand, and that's how we're going to go with it.
Coach, you played Tulane a few years ago. Have you? Just scouting the tape, have you seen significant differences? Pretty much the same, just different people.
Yeah, good question. No, they've changed. They've changed coordinators a few times since that game, and anytime you get a coordinator change, it's all going to be under the auspices of the head coach. But he's going to let those guys have their whatever their stamp is. Usually that's how it works. And Coach Long, their offense coordinator's got his style. And, they've got a really, really good young quarterback. I mean, he'll be one of the best we see all year, and they're doing a lot of really good things with him. But the toughness and the physicality and the things that come from the head coach, how they are in special teams, how they prepared, how they finish. Oklahoma is a great example of a team not giving in, and that's the teams that are tough to play, because I think that all comes straight from the head coach. So there have been changes schematically, but I think just the things that's probably their standard, you see from when we played them before.
Coach, counting down, I know a lot of coach talk is one game at a time, but
Yep.
It's no secret what's happening in 2 weeks. You guys open up that new stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I see, the excitement, and we were counting down months, now it's days. And you talk about the weeks and on the road. How excited are you guys? I know you don't want to look ahead, but for that home opener, and now it's really coming. I'm sure you're you're getting phone calls and people are trying to go to that game.
Yeah.
How excited is it, but how hard is it to focus on this week when you've got probably the biggest week of your UAB career? You kind of explain you brought the program back. Now it's like Christmas morning, I'm sure, in 2 weeks.
Yeah. I think we can't let ourselves think ahead. Now there's going to be the preparation. I mean, whether we're talking about recruits, I mean, what a better game to come to than this first opener, and how that's going to change our recruiting and who's coming to the game. And I've already challenged our folks, after going to a Georgia atmosphere, and can we do that with 45,000 people? Can we have that kind of atmosphere? But we got to keep our eyes focused right here. But we know that's coming, and it is going to sure be good to be home, no doubt.
Coach, last week you talked about coming off the Georgia hangover. Do you feel like maybe Tulane could be coming off that Ole Miss hangover and take advantage of it?
Yeah, the other way. I think they're going to have tons to prove. I mean, they know what kind of team they played. They know how good they are, just like we knew who Georgia was. And and they're not just that they're good; they're also playing that team at home in that atmosphere. So they're going to have every reason to want to get that behind them, get the bad taste out of their mouth. I'm sure they hadn't forgot, that we won the last game. All those things that are little motivators. Every game you're motivated because in football there's only so many of them and you keep up with them forever. But they probably don't need any more motivation. But I'm sure they got it from that last game.
I believe it was Dajon got a big hit on him on Saturday. Just what's his status going forward, and just what's the overall health of this team at this point?
Yeah,
this
so Dajon Poppy hurt his knee, tweaked his knee in warm-ups, and that's one of them things as a coach, you're like, how does this happen? He's going up to catch a ball, and, we don't usually go into much detail on injuries, but that was one that happened in warm-ups. He is going to end up getting back, but, it's going to take him a little while to get back. So we're pretty good, we're in pretty good shape, I think, just considering all the physicality and the bumps and bruises and just normal practice things you deal with, but we're in pretty good shape.
As we've seen the past few years, tight end starting to become sort of a glamour position. What are your thoughts on that as far as, kind of getting out there, catching balls, scoring touchdowns, as well as, your responsibilities along the offensive line and blocking?
Yeah, I mean, it's really exciting. Over the past couple of years, our role in the offense, especially in the pass game, has really increased. So, I mean, it's exciting as a player. I'm excited to be able to get put in positions to be able to help my team execute and win the games. Yeah, we still have to block. We still need to be physical, but it is a good feeling being able to help the team out.
I asked Coach this as well, but so many road games for you guys. And I know Coach talk, you don't want to look ahead, but I'm sure it's going to be like Christmas morning for you guys in 2 weeks. I mean, our station's already gearing up for it. You guys, I'm sure, are gearing up for it, getting tickets. How excited are you guys to open up that stadium downtown?
Yeah, super excited. Again, we can't really look too far ahead. We got to handle the task at hand. But again, yeah, it's something that we've been thinking about for a while, knowing that the stadium is coming. We're super excited. We're excited to play in front of all the Birmingham fans, all the UAB faithful. Just looking forward to just being able to put a product out there and just make everybody proud.
Do you know any of the players on the Tulane team?
I do not,
Or
not personally.
Okay. And also, did Coach and them talk about anything about having to go to New Orleans? What might be different than other road trips just because of some of the challenges that's going on in the city there?
Not necessarily. We do know they haven't played a home game yet. They've been misplaced, so we know that they're excited to play at home. We know that they're a good team. We don't know how many fans will be there. We don't know what shape everything will be in, but we're ready for anything. We just got to go there and play our game. That's what we're focused on.
Bounce back after Georgia, and I'm sure that was kind of a gut punch for you guys. How refreshing was it to kind of say, okay, this is the team that we know we are? Is that kind of how you guys felt after Saturday night?
I mean, we all kind of felt like we were really disappointed after the Georgia game, and we felt like we had a lot to prove, especially to our conference. We wanted to make a statement to everybody that we're still here. So it felt really good to go put that back out there. I mean, I feel like it got everybody's confidence back up, and we're just feeling good about where we are.
Coach talks about using the hot hand at quarterback. How does that affect y'all as far as having to play with two different quarterbacks, just depending on really the game flow at times?
Yeah, it's definitely something that we have to focus on. Two different guys, they kind of have two different play styles, but either one of them I believe can put us in positions to win, and I know our team is going to back either one of those guys, whichever one is in there. They both had a great game. I think Dylan had a really good game, and we'll just see where we are moving forward, but I believe in both of them.
How everybody doing?
Morning. Coming off that Georgia loss, that offense was able to get a lot on you. What was it like going into North Texas and able to really,
mean, we've been the team for the past couple years that put a big stamp on emphasis on defense. So we looked at everybody, their tendencies, what's the pros and cons, what's everything, and we decided we were just going to take advantage of it. And we came in with the mindset that defense is going to put the stamp on this game. We know the offense is going to do their thing. We know Dylan, Dwayne, McBride, everybody on offense is going to do what they need to do to score. Now it's on the defense to, stop them, get the ball back. Basically, we really came in with a defensive mindset. Defense is going to win this game. So, and that's what we went out there and did.
What is the confidence level on the way back after a win like that for you guys after the Georgia game? And it kind of shows, okay, this is the team in this conference that's going to do the same thing it's done for the last couple of years.
After the Georgia game, everybody on defense was really down. Everybody confidence level wasn't as high as it was. So we went out there and North Texas proved what we've been doing the past couple of years. And then finally we started to see the confidence level improve quarter by quarter. Okay, saying this is the defense that UAB is profound to be. This is everybody know who this defense is, and we started to play like it. So the more that got the showing, the more confidence everybody starts to build. So when that started to build, that's when, everybody started coming together, and that was it right there.
So through this year, so far you've had 7 quarters where you've held teams from scoring. How does that feel, and is that like a focus and a mindset that y'all feel that you've gone for?
I feel like it's a focus, That's just how we are as a defense. We're just getting after our mindset, just effort, just swarming the ball, and just playing good defense and see everybody doing their jobs, getting in gaps, just getting after the ball, really. And it's just a hunger mindset that we're gonna get the ball. That's our thing. That's what we've proven to do. That's what we're gonna keep doing, and that's what we do day by day, practice it, day by day, practice by practice.
Sometimes in your set, y'all might have 3 guys on the line. Everyone else out back in coverage. How are y'all still able to get such a big push on opposing offensive lines with just 3 guys, maybe 4 guys, and not even blitzing?
It's just our work ethic. I mean, our coaches preach that. Our D-line, outside linebacker coach, they both preach that every day out the week. We got to get back to the quarterback. We got to put our stress, put as much stress on him as we can to make him do what we want him to do. We got to make him react off us, So we work that every day. We talked about it every day in film and practice. Even outside of it, we just try to get out there as much as we can and make them honor us.
I asked your teammate and Coach Clark this, obviously not looking ahead, but a big weekend, 2 weeks, and I know the whole city is excited for that. How excited are you guys, and what kind of opportunity do you see as a defensive player, and anyone on offense, defense, anyone, just kind of writing your own ticket for the future? You got people that are playing on Sundays now, UAB's changing, and with the stadium downtown, I'm sure that helps as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, relying back on Coach Clark and Garrett, we don't really look deep into the future. We just focus one day at a time in the present. But me personally, I really just been thinking about just walking in that stadium and just seeing everybody just surrounded. I know it's gonna give me chills, goosebumps. Everybody's gonna have goosebumps. Everybody's gonna be eager to play. So, but we just take one day at a time. Focus on the now. We don't really focus on the future. But UAB is starting to really show that, like Spencer said back in championship game, we're legit. We're starting to show people that we really can play ball. So, but like I was saying, we don't really just focus on the future. We focus on now. We just focus on getting ready for this week, just taking it one day at a time.